probably captivated by the rug. Looks like it's made up of those frilly table covers all like sewn together, and for some reason there's a bunch of stuffed animals, but they're all just in a cage at the foot of it. And then he's gone, he's too high up. You get onto the roof of the building and climb down. There's a few different HVAC units. This little box that seems to have like 13 different antennas all pointing out in different directions for the multi-satellite television broadcasts. A few different bits of infrastructure. There is a door to a stairwell that you can see. It's currently closed. Three of you go ahead and make perception or investigation checks.
Wonderful. Oh, finally a good roll. That's 22.
Not a good roll. 11.
Oh, damn.
Another rough one. All right. With a 22, you I would say Bjorn smells something before he sees anything.
Oh,
It's this it's one of those interesting scents. You know when you smell it that it's not great. You wouldn't describe it as a bad smell. And in fact, the more you smell it, it's like that kind of smells good. There's almost like this like burnt sugar to it. Like almost in the way like when that gasoline has that little bit like, huh, that does kind of smell good. No, I shouldn't sniff gasoline. It's that it's like you know there's something wrong about the scent, almost chemically, something filling your nose, but it does kind of smell nice. Um, you can tell it's coming from right around the doorway of the building, but you actually don't. Again, with a 22 is really good. You can tell it's not coming from inside the building. There's a small patch of this white. It's really actually easy to miss. This little uneven circle of what is pretty clearly some like evaporated liquid. You can just see the kind of like the white edges of whatever this kind of maybe salty content was. It's just off to the side, like if the doorway is a box on the edge of the roof, it's like right next to that doorway, just off to the side. If you had opened the door, it would have like opened out and kind of hidden that little spot more. But you can spot it right there. I'll say spot one more time. And you can tell that's where this kind of like, again, it's this almost like chemically caramel smell. And it's equally like as you get closer, there's this bleachness, this like this frying of your airways, almost a lightheadedness as the scent gets more concentrated. Click and Sud click it the same is happening to you. Sud, I'd say how your sensors probably work, you can understand what these notes are. Your does that have like um one of like a spectrometer almost that like is telling you all the elements of the air, so you can be like, oh, all these chemicals, that's cotton candy, like
yeah. He
like
tries to
kind
sort
of
through it, but
what
his sensors don't really work too
uh
well.
what
Yeah.
did said roll on this? Was it pretty low?
It was a 10. So,
That's not
yeah.
bad. I'll say with that there is there are definitely some interesting compounds that are in here. I'd say maybe not unknown, but interesting bits of chemicals kind of coming through. Yeah, Bjorn, you definitely can tell this thing is abnormal. It's kind of again starting to almost make you lightheaded. Um, you hear really clearly, hey, hey, mister, hey, please. Only Bjorn, you hear this.
Mm.
But it's audible. It's coming out loud. It's from the corner of the rooftop. just to the right.
Bjorn probably assumes that everyone can hear it, so he'll just look over that way. He's like kind of in fight mode, so he like has his gun out. He's keeping an eye out, but he'll walk towards the sound.
There's nothing there. For this rooftop, unless you want to specifically investigate something like that seems newer, I'll effectively keep the
Yeah.
things. You are sure there's not something up here. They're not hiding in a box. There's not someone stuck to an event.
Is the person or whatever the voice talking anymore, or was that it?
So you head over to that part of the roof.
Yeah.
You hear it again. The same like, please, Mister, help. It's the same. You haven't gotten closer to it. You've gotten closer to where you heard it the first time, but you don't hear it any louder. It's not necessarily moving, but it hasn't changed.
Do y'all hear where that's coming from?
What?
The voice? The voice asking for help?
That's not good.
After a few seconds,
No.
it's done. You don't hear anything more.
Shit.
Click, are you pretty much right by that door?
I would be right by Bjorn. I'm freaked the fuck out.
I would say right around when Bjorn is like in the corner, you just hear this knocking.
Hmm.
Doesn't really sound like it's coming from the door behind you, though.
Um, I'm gonna go for the door anyway. I don't know.
It's locked.
That's so good. I'm so glad it's locked. That's the best case scenario.
And as you go to pull on it, you
Oh,
hear
fuck.
from behind you. Again, it's not getting louder, but even though you've kind of moved a little bit, it's still there. And again, after a couple seconds, there's not anything else. And Sud, you start to get this static.
Mm.
And then this high pitched, almost like when you're dialing in on a radio, you're in a AM frequency trying to Buenos tardes, señores. Hello? Please. Please. This is KB1 KQW coming.
I could I track that frequency? Is that like something, or is it genuinely an illusion and untrackable?
Go ahead and I'm trying to think what a good tracking
Maybe survival is like
yeah,
tracking in
yeah. Go
general.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and say that do you have proficiency in that?
I do.
Okay, I was say if you don't add proficiency because you're a blood hunter, I think tracking is pretty fair to do. So yeah, go ahead and roll survival on that.
I don't know any spoilers, of course, but I have advantage if it's Fae, fiends, or undead. But I
Cool.
got a 12. I got a
Cool.
12.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Tough when it's middle of the road.
I will say said you try this frequency you try and track down um and you kind of get these pings. You're moving through these satellites, these old networks throughout the aether. And it's strange because at first there is nothing. And a full system scan, I mean, it's kind of long. It takes maybe 15 seconds to really get everything compiled. But then it's all because there are inconsistencies. Just checking through the data that like it does through the first course, no, there's no findings, and then it verifies your data. And some of these pings took a lot longer than they should have. Like 1,000 years longer than they should have. Something went through a different. I will say, as you start to analyze this, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh, a dirty 20 now.
You cross-reference some of these things with data that you have, star maps that you know, bits where the Feywild touches into normal space.
Mm.
And you very much start to find some frequencies that are moving. You are able to, it's an approximation. There is a kind of sector in the Winter Court called Strayhaven. It's big. I mean, it's effectively the size of a planetary system. Like you're in Phineas right now. That's the size of Strayhaven. But it's a start, and you have that frequency. I'd say if you got closer, you probably would be able to get a little bit more focused. But this is definitely somewhere within the Winter Court.
Wow.
Good job.
I'm picking up readings that it's from the Feywild, in particular, the Winter Court.
If only
Oh.
you had a reason to go there.
God damn it. There's some Acephalus bullshit happening right now. I swear to God, we have enough gangsters we're dealing with. Suds, are you telling me that you're hearing a call from like way far away?
Yes.
Can you send anything back? Like a message?
I could try. I don't know if it'll reach them, but I can certainly try.
If you feel comfortable, just be careful with the Fae.
Well, Sun doesn't have any method of like me. I mean,
Yeah,
he could try. Like he would just like probably talk into a void and like I don't. I
I
maybe.
guess we all can do that. Yeah.
I will
Mm,
say this with Sud's mechanical capability and your understanding of the frequency, you do not at this moment have a way to transmit to that frequency, but you absolutely can either aboard the ethereal arc or with Click's help maybe devise a device that almost like a tuning fork to get to another dimension could tune to this frequency, and you would then be able to transmit a message. Whether or not it was received at this distance may depend on the power, but you certainly could could do that, but I'd say at least for your current capabilities, that might be a little tough. Unless I don't fully know what you can do. So there, if you have like message, might be able to work around that. I'd be open to that, but just as far as like going with it.
Sud will just, hello, I can hear
All
you.
right, I should have seen that coming.
I'm hearing
Now we wait.
knocking.
Knocking?
Yeah. So I don't like this. It's not fun for me.
Swear to God, the Fae are just playing some stupid fucking tricks. Well, there's no body up here, so I figure we can maybe just take a sample of whatever's over there and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, are there any like signs, tracks, anything in particularly fey around where we are? Nothing.
No, looking around the rooftop, realistically, all that you are able to really discern, someone comes up here probably far too much to smoke, and they leave their trash in a little bucket here. There is some sand, so they probably won't start a fire, but they probably should get that checked out. Um, and aside from that, just this odd spot. You go to take a sample.
Yeah.
You're definitely able to kind of to scrape some up. Um, as you get back over to it, hey, you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wait, Chris and fucking Burbier. Sorry. Wrong religious system. Uh, uh, what now?
You want to buy a gun?
Uh-oh.
I
We
got some
lost Sud.
guns.
Yeah, Sean just dropped off. I
It
think.
killed Sud.
Oh no.
Shit.
That's what you get for trying to transmit at high frequencies.
Yeah.
Hello. Oof.
Oh.
Does it sound like this voice is coming from the goo pile? Or the goop?
I would say you probably, with this happening again now, you're not, the sounds aren't coming from the direction of the goop, but definitely something with the odor and perhaps whatever chemicals are wafting from it are either giving hallucinations or somehow broadcasting to you. Realistically, I would say I would have said are giving you hallucinations if Sud hadn't tracked a frequency.
Mhm.
And hey, Sud's back.
It didn't kill him. Yay!
Bang.
It's back.
Oh, thank heavens.
Um, so yeah, so yeah, it doesn't sound like um uh Sean, Ben just asked if the sounds were coming from this odd spot. So saying they're not, the noises aren't coming from that. And if you hadn't checked the frequency, you probably would have made the assumption that these are some hallucinations being caused by this. And it even still, like, it has the feeling of auditory hallucinations from some chemical or drug that is being wafted. But Sud, even as, like, if you stay nearby, you don't get that same thing, but you will get a friends forever, friends together, we're going places that we thought we'd never. And then again, we'll cut out. Click. You. I apologize.
I like how you made a noise as if like, oh god, they're making me do this. And I'm like,
There.
you could have said anything. Don't act like we put a gun to your head. You put that gun to your own head. Oh, you've really tied my hands. I guess I'll sing country. Oh, woe is me.
Don't make me sing. Don't make
Don't
me
make me
sing.
sing, Bill Bailey. Don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Click. As Bjorn starts to scrape up some of this, you get this voice in your head going, Marion's Meat Barn, the meatiest, tastiest, juiciest barn butchery you ever been to. Come on down. We got 40th of Chris supplies. We got all you need to celebrate your festival. And again, just seems to.
God, for a second there, I was back in Ohio. Anyway,
No, Ohio
So
is real.
sorry.
You
yeah.
are able to get a sample though, and I'll say you work on a spaceship. You have science stuff in a bag, so you can put this in like probably a plastic or whatever.
I have plenty of vials too if you
Yeah,
need.
vials.
Of course you do.
Yeah. 7 vials for you.
Yeah, best I can do you is one of these here, like reusable, like paper bags that's lined with wax. It just holds my stuff.
I'll take a vial. I think that's the answer here.
That's fair. Mine has like screws and stuff in it.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want anyone mucking in my head, but especially if it's the fucking Fae.
We should at least report back with the crew. We could have been telling them this the whole time. Guys, there's Faye. Not here. There's Faye stuff.
Tenebris looks at Elior, looks up at the roof, and goes on the comms and says, "It took that long? I thought Bjorn would sense his hate immediately."
They played some fucking tricks. I thought there was like an endangered child or something, but nope, just the fucking Fae.
Just the fucking Faye.
Even as you're walking away, you just hear a "Hey, you guys!"
Can I just turn around and take a shot at the remaining goo?
So listen, I had an unfortunate time in my life where I was really into Family Guy. And I love and affirm that version of myself, but I learned quickly in life or later in life that it was rough. At any rate, there is the only thing that's coming in my head right now is a scene where Peter is on the Patriots and is doing a commercial for a used car dealership, and the bit ends with him singing, "At Wilkins Hyundai and Subaru, we got Hyundais and Subarus." For some reason, that is coming out of the goo.
That's if Eleanor gets close enough, that is what he hears. But you, the rest of you are able to descend and get away from this weird, crusty goop. And there is no sign of any person or alive or dead that that has been there to affirm the sound. And again, the emotions, while there may be something in the undercurrent of what you feel through the city, there's nothing that is really standing out anymore of what you had.
I got good news, y'all. No one's dead. It's just the fucking Fae.
Excellent.
Now, why there's Fae goop over here? No clue. But we can ask them later. We have other people to ask shit
It's
to first.
quirky goop. It makes noise.
Bjorn, I have a question.
Yeah?
You do not like the Fae,
No.
and you have yet collected a sample of their speaking white goop?
It also knocks.
And sings.
The sentient,
I
potentially
think it's actually
white
just
goop?
sponsorships, if we're being honest. It
Ah,
might be hired
shit.
out.
I understand completely. Thank you. We could use the funds, and this will bring great prosperity to us.
You realize the
Never
cap's not
mind.
on perfectly when it just goes, "Smash that like button, folks."
Oh my god.
Eleanor
Oh my
just
gosh.
goes, "What's a Hyundai and a Subaru?" And then he goes, "I'm so sorry I sent you up there. I thought something much worse had happened."
No, I mean, you couldn't have known.
Well, A for effort. All right. back to where we started. Turns around to go into this damn bar.
All right. You head down this alleyway and you still see this odd couple of built Goliath and tiny dwarf. And they'll look you over and goes, all right, y'all of age? No. Nah, you look fine. All right, whatever. Uh there's a listen, we don't do a real cover. We just do a bit of a deposit, make sure you don't fuck around, you treat everyone nicely, and if we have to throw you out, well, make sure we cover your bill. It's gonna be 1 credit. You're a group, right? You all together?
Yeah, is it
Right.
like a group rate?
Yeah,
Like one
group rate.
credit?
One credit for all. Yeah, I mean,
Shit,
it's a
all right.
it's a steep sum, so I figure one of you will hold the rest of you accountable. So I don't know who's gonna pay, but
I will pay. I
all
have
right.
an age.
And the dwarf will put his hand out to receive the. Oh, you have cards, right? That's not a money thing. I
I
don't
do
know
the
what
payment
D and
magic.
D game I'm thinking we're paying. Yeah, you tap to pay. He gets your credit and goes, all right. When you leave, oh, I just broke my fucking pen. What am I doing? He goes, all right. When you leave, just make sure you stop here and you get your money back.
Nice.
You look with your eyes, not your hands. Remember that. Remember that. I'm looking at you. All right. Enjoy.
Which one of us was he
Who
looking
was he looking at?
Please tell me it was Suds.
I will say he his eyes were a little crossed, so one was certainly on Sud, one may have been on someone else. It's tough to tell.
Oh my god.
And
Son just like tucks away his vacuum, like
Oh.
um you you walk in and you can hear some pretty lively music going. Sounds like a woman's kind of singing, kind of almost like a um not a ballad, but something.
Is it
It
like a
doesn't
jazz
sound,
song?
no, not a jazz song, but it doesn't sound super clubby.
what does the song sound like, Pat?
How many times do I have to sing tonight?
Don't mind me
Is
Um,
it is
Had
it
Wilkins and
trance?
Hyundais and Subarus.
it's in the vein of It's Raining Men, but not quite there.
Okay.
Well, God bless Mother Nature. I
um,
think you're describing 80s or like late disco.
yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely the vibe that's happening here. Thank you. You walk in and there is a really big bar with a full mirror behind it, right in front of you. You can see there's tables all across, all standing tables, and a pretty decent crowd here. But you can tell there's not a bunch of people right around the entrance or really sitting at the bar. Most people seem to be kind of on the sides. You can see the room sort of extends out past the bar. There's kind of a room that looks like, but it's behind it. Few bartenders are there, and you can see there's kind of mirrors everywhere. And now that you're looking, the mirrors are strategically placed. Well, not strategically, they're everywhere, but because of that, you can see kind of the bounce around through the back room and the stage that seems to sit behind this bar, kind of covered to hide it from the entrance and the open door. And you can see there seems to be 3 or 4 folks. I don't know why I'm so on that word right now. All in a kind of burlesque show on the stage, some tables kind of up front. There does seem to be a bit of a dance floor for patrons to kind of move around, drink, dance, enjoy themselves. And other people that work at the establishment kind of moving about, having a good time. What do you do?
I would like to be excused for just a moment. I have to use the washroom. Tenebris says, but Lunar has to.
I also have to. I'll be right back.
All right, let's take a quick bathroom break.
Hi, Bush. Really? That would happen. Oh. What?
Are you reading the space timeline? Are you?
Oh, you're rereading it? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I don't know if you've read it like in a while, but
We came up with some stuff, some really big stuff, but I need to go back to it. What did you discover?
well, some names were dropped, but I think we're about to hit a pretty big arc.
Oh. Oh dear.
Maybe I don't want to spoil it because I mean, I obviously don't know what's going to happen, but our characters would have a clue. Maybe yours would though.
Hmm.
Yours might actually, because you both have decent history. Sud would have no clue. I don't think, at least.
I'm now intrigued. I don't think it would be a spoiler for me if you gave me your theory.
Theory on what?
Well,
The
the
timeline.
there's a couple things that might pop up. I don't know if I want to say.
That's okay. You can write it down and we'll corroborate it later. Goodness gracious. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so tired today.
No, I'm same boat. It's been a long week.
Yeah. I've been very easily distractible today too. Like work was hard.
Mm,
Do anything.
it's all right. Everyone has those days.
Everybody has those days. Thank you. But I am having fun. I just feel bad because I think I keep spacing out at weird moments when I'm not in the scene and I'm like, oh no, what's happening? But there was
All
goo,
good.
talking goo.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
another reason to go to the winter court.
What's the first reason to go to the winter court?
I have to, after 3 visits through the Feywild, before 3 visits through, I have
That's
to
what
go
it is. Okay.
introduce myself.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
they're gonna get mad.
Hmm.
That will
Actually, I shouldn't say it like that, because if they got mad, 10 would fight back, and then that's like a whole war.
Hmm. It wouldn't be good.
no. I am
Summer court.
intrigued to see how that conversation would go with Tenebris.
I have a feeling it would be exactly the
Whoa.
same thing I do when my mother comes,
Oh no.
which is I just sort of sit back and she just talks to her perfect daughter and I just watch.
Oh.
I have a feeling that's the same way it would go. And then obviously we'd start blasting.
Yeah. Category for this week is mother.
Oh God.
Mother.
Do you know how much money therapists in Massachusetts made this week just by Clara existing?
At least 2.
They're gonna make some money this weekend in Calgary too.
Oh,
We could
God.
blame that on Clara. But
I was gonna say I know you had a recent visitor. Yeah. I'm
we had
sorry.
a
Yeah.
fight a few weeks ago, and so now she's back on her. We need to be a part of a relationship. We need to have a relationship. And I'm like, Mom, I have tried to have a relationship with you. I have mourned that.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, sure. But you have to put in the effort, babe, because I've done that and then I've mourned it. And if you're going to revive it, you're going to have to do the work. And he's not going to do that.
No, they never do.
They
They never do.
She did marry a man who did. So I have a good relationship with my father, but
silver linings and all that.
Listen, we cling to those. We cling-
Well,
All I'll tell you,
desperately.
all I'll tell you is that this week one of my cousins was talking to my sister because this whole Clara drama extends beyond into the stratosphere of my family. And all she said at one point to my sister was, "How did you and Ryan turn out normal?" And I was like, "Bold of you to assume I am normal, but I know what she means."
You can at least appear normal.
Right. Like I know how to talk to people.
Ryan, I did forget to mention one thing that I'd like to share with the group, which is I started talking about Clara in my therapy session today. I did the Clara voice, and my therapist nearly clapped for joy because she really enjoys when I do the Clara voice. She was like,
I'm
"Oh,
sorry
good, the
you're having a hard
impression's
time,
back."
but this is great. All right.
Why don't you ever spend time with me?
Oh my
Well,
god. No, wait, really, really quick. I need to add a because I haven't lived anywhere else other than my parents' house in this place. I've been here for 10 years. My mom has visited. This is the 4th time she's visited. She lives like, you know, it's only a 45-minute drive to an
Yeah.
hour. Do you want to know the reason she goes to visit my brother and his girlfriend a ton?
Oh God.
Because they said something.
Oh.
I didn't do that twice when I first moved here. Obviously.
Yeah.
That's why they don't visit me.
What?
What?
Right? Isn't it great? I just looked at her and was like, yeah, no, it is totally my fault for not saying anything, Mom. I've just filled my mouth is so full of water right now. Nothing is gonna come
Just
out.
gonna-
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well,
Now we can
Parents.
go into the strip club.
Now, back to the Intergalactic Burlesque Club.
Burlesque club, sorry.
It's
Classy.
hey, who knows what's what. You walk in, and you can see kind of bouncing off these mirrors, these performers that are up there. There's this kind of like bluish, not reptilian, but definitely has scalier skin than a human or an elf would. Man, kind of uh he's mostly dressed still. You can tell from the way the show is going that's not gonna continue. But still happening. There's this she is bipedal, but is certainly descended from some sort of slug race woman. In the closest thing is like a Princess Leia costume, but she's wearing it well. They
is
seem
a
to
slug
be doing
wearing a
this.
Princess
It's
Leia?
a mix of Jaja.
Yes, a Jabba the Hutt,
Jabba, yeah.
Jabba the Princess.
Star
Um,
Wars isn't really my
uh, and
Yeah.
then there
Sexy Jabba the Hutt.
and then there is a bugbear in the process of removing their drag outfit. Their wig is still on. You can tell they're in some prosthetics and high heels and almost nothing else. And the song is going phenomenally. There are dollar bills being thrown up on the stage. A few people actually seem to be standing kind of right in front. That dance section in the middle is pretty active. Um, and yeah, this seems like a pretty popular spot for this area. There are not only is a bar, but some people with trays around, with different drinks, seemingly the cocktails of the evening, a few shooters, jello shots. What's your plan here?
I think I just have to acknowledge that Elior would not be hearing the Weather Girls. He would just be hearing, well, he'd be hearing the Weather Girls with a mixture of saxophone harmonies on top, and probably is just standing there like,
Bjorn,
Yeah.
are we here simply for business this time again?
I know. We've been to 2 sexy places, and both times we were there mostly to look for somebody. Was there something you were interested in experiencing?
Which of these two options are you more interested in?
Like, are you disappointed? Did you want to get up on stage yourself? Like, what's going on?
Well, the last place we went to, we were not allowed to engage in any way. We simply just went down and discussed. And I am just wondering if we may take in the entertainment this time. This is a new
Oh,
experience for me, and it is confusing because everybody's mouths are open, and I don't understand why, because anatomy looks like that normally.
No, you can move like that? Elior says. He is not sexually interested in what's going on stage. He's more just like entranced by the entertainment, like the grandeur and the theater of it all. Like it's just wild.
with
I
enough
know
duct
we,
tape, you can stick a lot of things where they need to stick to make that happen.
I know we are looking for a drunk man, and I am moving past that conversation because I don't know how to address that. But could we watch a set maybe, and then find the drunk dwarf?
I have no problem with it. We should blend in that way. It's probably a good idea.
We'll just kind of stand near like the exit so that we'll see at least if he walks out.
Now, if we are
Tenebris,
enjoying the show, sorry, go ahead.
Tenebris walks to go find the group of table around, sort of facing the stage, because of all the mirrors, we can see everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you find a pretty good spot, especially with some of the people that this act on the stage is about ending right now. So some of the acts
the
tend to
slug
really
lady's
draw
not taking
people
the
up.
bra off.
Well, that I said the act is ending now. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
that's sort of the grand finale. After you do that at a burlesque show, they don't really. I mean, they're good performers, but that's sort of the grand finale.
I wasn't
So
sure.
they do
Maybe.
that, and then
I'm
they
sorry, just because I feel the need to explain everything in my head right now. I am imagining Roz the Slug from Monsters Inc.
Wazowski.
You didn't file your paperwork.
I'm grinding it, Wazowski.
With legs.
Yeah, she's got legs. It's important. You know that.
Oh, she
see,
has legs?
She
I
has
thought
legs.
this whole
She's
time-
She's wearing
bipedal.
high heels.
She's a bipedal slug woman
Yeah,
that
but
is
yeah.
that is dancing in a slave Leia costume. I apologize. I'm not responsible for this.
But more specifically, what I have in my head is her going.
One leg goes swinging that way. The snail. I can't. I'm sorry.
This has all
That.
made so much better because I still have yet to see Monsters Inc.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know who you all are referring to, but this is I'm having a blast.
My struggle was I
Tenebris is
imagined
having a great time.
drag Jabba the Hutt pole dancing, and it was kind of like spinning a metapod around tied to a string. Like, how do you take just like a larva and pole dance it?
um as that as that visual finishes up, they kind of form this little like the bugbear now is completely disrobed. It's tough to tell because of how furry they are, but still an impressive figure. They're sort of kneeled in the middle, and the slug woman and the blue man have stood up on one thigh each and are kind of like doing like big poses. The song finishes up and they clean up a little bit. Everyone kind of there's kind of overhead music that will play for a bit. People will kind of mingle back to their seats. You do see some folks. Everyone go ahead and make a perception check. As the people that were dancing go to get more drinks, you can see some of the servers that are coming around are offering the specialty cocktails and sort of charging cards, getting some tips. The performers that were on stage, you can see after a few minutes will kind of start to come off in a little bit more clothing and head over to the bar, get their drinks, kind of mingle with their regular customers. and the curtains will close on the stage. One of the waiters will kind of walk over to you, a halfling gentleman, and he's wearing just a vest and a bow tie, and pants too. Sorry, and he'll bring a tray of these kind of sparkly cocktails over with kind of like this glittery mixture in them, and we'll kind of place them over. He goes, our assistant manager noted this is the first time you've entered this establishment. We wanted to welcome you all with our specialty VIP cocktail. On the house, please enjoy. My name's Victor. I can help you with anything you need. Just go ahead and snap your fingers.
Pat used to make a perception check before.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
That's okay. I was just making sure it wasn't in relation to this very friendly man.
No, it was in relation. It was in relation to the general floor, as you guys are here to investigate. You are also doing this.
I will accept my 7, but I would argue that Levi and I get advantage for having our eyes wide fucking open for everything happening on stage. But I'll take the 7. It's fine.
I got 21.
I got a 17.
Hey, I got this many.
There's 3 more than you.
We did not bring a 5-year-old to the strip club this time.
This
This was a perception, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. A natural 20.
Fuck
Whew.
yeah.
So it's like I've seen
I
this
have
all before. I can really detect some.
Yeah. How does that make
I know
sense?
what kind of
But
tape they used.
All right, you guys are pretty perceptive tonight. Okay, Bjorn, I don't know how intrigued you are with the show, the performances in general, but probably the grandiosity of what's happening, maybe reminding you of something in your past that was written into a romantic book, taking some of your distractions. Levi, he didn't roll very well. He doesn't he probably notices some of the performers. Elior, you spot a table. It's kind of raised up in the back. There's a section like kind of up some stairs. Just it's got 2 tables and a booth kind of around. There's this real big dude. He's got this like charcoal gray skin, red eyes. He's sitting there. He's got like a blue suit, and he easily takes up 3 seats. His body is just massive. He's got 2 women kind of draped over him on either side. Why are the Jabba the Hutt things just continuing tonight? And then just the rest of the booth is filled with cronies. I mean, they have the looks. They look like Trump's cabinet. It's completely just those punchable faces. These guys, they're all like they laugh like and they're doing that nonstop at their own jokes. They've got like the middle table is filled with at least 25 different beer bottles, and they're like, you were even told by your server to snap for him, but these guys you see like every 45 seconds they're going, hey. But they seem to be getting weighted on hand and foot. You even you can see that the manager will kind of come over and speak to the larger guy and say something to him, kind of negotiate a little bit, and a few minutes later this nice little tray has brought out some food, some appetizers. Tenebris, you can see, you spot there, it's a little tough. There are a decent amount of gnomes here tonight. Not like it's not like gnome night here at the burlesque club, but I would say there's 3 couples where either the man or the woman is a gnome or a pretty small halfling. And then there seem to be 3 or 4 other gentlemen around the club and that dance floor area that also, they might fit the description. But you definitely start to get that there's if Dovik is here, probably one of these 7 or 8 people, and you are definitely able to start tracking them, almost seeing the tables that they're at, and at least you'll enjoy your show. You got to get your performance in, but you're getting a view on that. Sud with
Do
a nat 20. Oh, good. Sorry.
do I notice the Mafia Bjorn?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would say going up the higher perception, you probably are catching all of it, but for where the
Okay.
lower ones are, for kind of what the you specifically are catching.
Thank you.
Sub with a nat 20, um, you you can see there's pretty high security here, and it's not obvious from when you walked in. 2 bouncers, I mean, that's kind of big, but a place like this, it could have it. But you probably even spotted a couple of the cameras behind the bar as you were walking in, and maybe from the angle that you're at, the way your vision works, something is really working for you. The mirrors are double painted. There are rooms around the entire building, and you can see movement. It's tough to tell exactly, but that's false windows that people can see in, that other people, the patrons inside, are not able to see out. Something, either the lights in your way to see it, you're able to just catch that there is movement. You can specifically see in 1 or 2 spots there are people, you can see like kind of shadowy figures lined up. You don't know if they're necessarily holding guns or standing at attention, but they're not moving. Like, you can see some other figures kind of moving about, but there's definitely, you would say, 2 on either side, 2 right by the stage, and 2 honestly almost in line with that mob guy, just kind of lined up standing there. You also, um, you see the stage itself has a trap door in it. You can kind of tell from the grooves in it that there's definitely some sort of underplay, and just from the way that it sits on itself, you catch that. Um, and you also get a very light vibration in the floor. And I would say it's not right now, but it will happen, because I will probably forget to mention it again. It will happen as you stay here on a fairly consistent basis. There is a train that runs underneath, and I putting the stage thing, some of the back rooms, you wouldn't be surprised if there was some way to access that. Why or how, who knows? But there is access to the underground through this establishment.
Cool.
Um,
Noted.
with that, the lights dim, the curtains open, and a well-dressed gentleman walks out. He's wearing a suit. It seems like it doesn't really fit him that well. It's odd. It almost seems kind of bulky. Pants too, all of it really bulky. But he moves pretty well. He walks out, and he will greet everyone, wave, do a little step, a little spin, and as he steps down, his body will duplicate. And as it does, you can see the figure on the right is still wearing that same suit. The figure on the left is wearing a similar one, but in blue. And they continue to do the same routine, and they move through the same 15-30 second dance. And as they step, they both duplicate. And now again, those 2 are still in the same suits, but the other 2, a yellow and a brown, and they go through the same, and they duplicate. Now there are 8 of them. And again, and you can tell now, as there are 8 and as there are less, the first gentleman, the second, the third, their suits were all still kind of bulky, but every time they duplicate, they seem to get a little bit less. And as the dance goes on, the music continues, it gets a little riskier. On that duplication from 8 to 16, half of them have jackets and half of them have pants. And the dance changes. They seem a little more frantic. They're trying to cover, they're trying to switch. You take my jacket, you take my pants. They're moving, they're covering. And then they all step 32. And you've got my socks, you've got my shirt. And they're all sort of, again, scrambling, moving, dancing. They're all somehow the same guy. And then running towards the end of the stage, they all sort of seem to come together, and he falls, and there's just one hat covering some things, and he will kind of stand up, just one man now, all pulled back together in one quick movement as the song kind of finishes up, and will sort of try and cover and move and rush back, dollars being thrown, and will end his performance. And I will say, unless there's anything very specific someone would like to note or get for the end, we will end the session as the curtains close on this performance. The lights kind of start to come up, people begin to mingle, and we can pick up next session as you begin to investigate here at the last call.
Is Tenebris tipping appropriately, would you say?
Tenebris is not tipping. Tenebris is still trying to figure out how all of the different colors came from the one before, like why that color was chosen, and then got to the man at the end wearing just the hat and was like, "Why that color hat? That's the hat you picked." So Tenebris hasn't even Tenebris is not tipping because they're still processing.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Elior's
It would come to you for tipping because I don't know how to tip.
Oh, I just imagine Elior's dumbstruck the entire time. So we will.
Also, I know I called him Mafia Bjorn, but there's a legion of space marines. They're the salamanders, who are like big and black with red eyes and are like massive compared to the other ones. And I'm now just imagining that dude. Their primary and just sitting there with women draped on him like little stoles, and I'm like, this is great. Sorry, Bjorn.
Check them out. Mafia Bjorn.
Love it.
Well, friends, it's been lovely.
Yeah, this is good. It's been a while.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, we're at session 25, so next session, we're going pretty well. I will have a conversation with each of you over the next week of what the beginner skill tree ability is. I'm going to roll them out one by one.
right.
It is going to be an ability that you will roll a d4 and get to use it that many times per day. And we'll work out what exactly those details are that start to flesh out your character, and then what the additional abilities will be. And we'll be talking about that because you are all now level 5.
Whoa!
Woo!
So if there's any specific things that you want to talk about, or how your character goes, any multi-classing or questions, feel free to reach out. Don't forget to roll your hit dice to increase your HP. And I'll send a message to the group so David knows.
Oh,
And
I'm
aside
really,
from that, thanks for another awesome session, and I
Of
appreciate you
course.
all.
I'm really
Thank
looking
you, Pat.
forward to all the people behind the
Yeah.
mirrors jumping out for combat next week. 'Cause
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't.
it's gonna be
yeah.
good.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Hey,
Thanks.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.